Conor McGregor is a household name for any fans of sports and entertainment thanks to his athletic ability and his larger-than-life persona, but he has found himself in a legal battle as of late that has just come to a conclusion that will leave some people stunned, I'm sure. In today's video, we're going to be going over what this case was about, how it has affected McGregor, how it will continue to affect McGregor, and how the case came to a surprisingly comedic end. So stick around because you don't want to miss a single second of this video. McGregor involved in more legal trouble. McGregor always finds a way to get himself into trouble, whether it's tossing a bench at a bus full of people, punching elderly men for not enjoying his whiskey, or potentially snubbing people out of the money they are owed from said whiskey company. The last example was the legal case that we're going to be covering today, as it was his whiskey and the distribution and sale of said whiskey that got him in his latest legal battle. McGregor obviously was heavily involved in the process to name, distill, patent, and sell Proper 12 Irish whiskey, the product that he put his face on and endorsed. However, he was accused of snubbing one of his alleged business advisors and former teammate Artem Lobov out of some money that he was owed. According to Lobov, McGregor had used him as an advisor in the process of marketing and selling Proper 12 whiskey, and for his work, Lobov was owed 5% of the $600 million deal that McGregor struck to sell the rights to the whiskey earlier this year. According to Lobov, the idea for McGregor to go out on his own and make his own Irish whiskey was his, and if it were not his idea, McGregor would have joined forces with Hafthor Bjornsson, aka The Mountain, and made an Icelandic vodka. There is actually a great deal of evidence to suggest that Lobov indeed did give McGregor the idea to go on his own and make his own whiskey, but there is also a great deal of evidence that suggests that McGregor offered Lobov multiple payments of over $1 million for his contribution to the brand, but Lobov willingly turned them down. For example, there's a text message from Lobov to McGregor that states very clearly, "I swear on my child's life I will not take a cent out of this whiskey deal. That is something I enjoy doing, and the thought of knowing that I helped you with something keeps me warm on the coldest of nights." The message had been seen as a bit creepy and unnecessarily cryptic, but it is very clear that Lobov refused to be paid for his role in making the whiskey deal happen. However, Lobov decided that he was still owed something for the massive transaction because of two eyewitness accounts that both stated that they heard McGregor tell Lobov that no matter what, Lobov was owed 5%. Now obviously this is an uphill battle for Lobov, as he literally refused to be paid, meaning that pretty much regardless of what McGregor said, Lobov could have gotten paid and chose not to. The entire incident has since been blown out of proportion due to some quite hilarious antics performed by McGregor, but it appears as though McGregor has nothing to worry about. McGregor taking it a bit too far as per usual. The initial court case, for those of you who are unaware, was obviously Lobov taking McGregor to high court due to Lobov believing that he is owed 5% of the Proper 12 Irish whiskey sale. But the issue was initially brought to Ireland's commercial court, where it was tossed out and thus handled in high court. The court found in favor of McGregor, saying that he owes Lobov nothing and even did attempt to pay Lobov despite his hesitations. Furthermore, Lobov said in writing that he would not take a cent of the money, meaning that at one point he had no intentions of getting any money from this deal despite it being offered to him. After the lawsuit went McGregor's way, McGregor did the only thing he could do, which was take to social media to make fun of the former teammate and friend. McGregor began to taunt Lobov online with various tweets calling him a rat, along with pictures of rats and a toy product that McGregor wanted to make that resembled a rat and spun in circles, signing, "Artem is a rat, na 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 hey." All of these tweets resulted in Lobov taking McGregor to court again, but this time for defamation, as he had enough of the taunts being hurled at him. McGregor then went to small claims court to resolve the issue and was actually cleared of all charges, meaning that McGregor is legally allowed to call Lobov a rat if he so chooses. This entire case prompted Irish media to have a field day with the whole event, reporting that the court also heard that a picture of Mr. Lobov superimposed on a packet of raw sausages was also posted by Mr. McGregor's Twitter account. The picture was literally 3 sausages wrapped in a package with Lobov's face stickered on one of them, with the assumed intention of calling him a wiener. The tweet was captioned, "Well, there you go, Stuart Little. You now owe me 2 major court appearance fees. Stop this nonsense," McGregor tweeted following the decision. "You are making a holy show of yourself. Peel it back day by day, if you can even." That's coming from the old friend. "Woulda done anything for you in me, mate. God bless." The funniest part about the tweet is McGregor found a way to call him a rat and a wiener all in the same post after he was given the legal right to do so. Neither lawsuit went Lobov's way, but in the end, was it all his wrongdoing, or is McGregor abusing his power and influence to bully him into submission? Is Lobov actually owed something? Regardless of what you think of the entire situation, the law found in favor of Conor McGregor, and Lobov is officially owed no money. However, Lobov's case did rely on two witnesses that claimed under oath that he heard McGregor tell Lobov that remember 5% is yours no matter what. If that is to be believed, who I would assume that is due to the witnesses being under oath, McGregor said that back in 2017, so why didn't Lobov attempt to cash in on his 5% back then? Furthermore, why wouldn't you get that in writing, especially when you literally said that you wanted nothing from this whiskey in writing? It seems to me that Lobov didn't actually believe in this whiskey, and after he had given away his idea, he thought it would go nowhere. But once it took off and he had already denied his cut, he was taken back by the amount of success that the whiskey garnered, and he wanted to get his portion back. Of course, he'll now never see a cent of that money, just like he requested over text to McGregor before he sold the brand. But what makes the whole thing worse is he actually could get sued for defamation by McGregor, as Lobov claimed he was denied what he was owed, which is technically not true at all. Of course, McGregor didn't take him to court. He wanted to make it a physical altercation to decide the issue once and for all, and he wanted to do it outside of their old gym where the pair trained together. When McGregor made it clear that he wanted to settle this issue physically, that is what caused Lobov to file the defamation claim, which we all know how that turned out. But the judges made him look sort of stupid by saying no reasonable member of society would attach any significance to these tweets. The judges also told Lobov that the tweets referred to Lobov as a rat were never classified as vulgar abuse, meaning that there was never any reason for Lobov to bring this issue to court whatsoever. So not only was Lobov not able to bring McGregor to court for not giving him any money for his role in the making of Proper 12, but he was also not owed anything for being clowned on by McGregor over Twitter. So like McGregor or hate him, he technically did nothing wrong in this entire ordeal, despite the fact that he did go unnecessarily overboard on social media like he always does. How will this affect McGregor going forward? As we mentioned earlier, McGregor sold his shares in the whiskey company, as did both of his partners, meaning that the product and its future is no longer in his hands. But this legal issue may prove to be helpful for McGregor, as he has done quite a bit of things that have resulted with him being on the wrong side of the law. McGregor could most likely use all of the legal goodwill that he can get, and being on the right side of two legal battles will most likely help him in that regard. However, there is a great chance that, even though he is no longer in the UFC and no longer owns any stakes in Proper 12 whiskey, that he finds himself in hot water legally once again, as that just seems to be something that he likes to do. Therefore, these two cases may actually prove to be beneficial to the outcome of any future wrongdoing that he happens to be a part of. On the other side of the coin, however, is the fact that he will have both of these lawsuits following him around for the rest of his life, and despite the fact that he won them, he still had to be involved in them, which usually never bodes well for people's reputation. All in all, I would say that McGregor got off scot-free and was lucky to do so, and it would be in his best interest to do whatever he can to avoid further legal complications. But of course, we'll just have to see if this is something that he can actually do, or if he's destined to find himself back in a courtroom once again. Well, that's all we have for you guys today on the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. So what did you think of this entire issue? Do you side with McGregor, or do you think Lobov was done dirty? Will these two ever be friends again? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to leave a like on the video and to subscribe to the channel for more videos just like this one. We hope you enjoyed today's content, and we'll see you in the next video.